Hello, listeners. This is Lee Price.
This is Will Ford from Football 365.
And you're listening smartly to At the Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast, although I would describe it as the Chelsea FC podcast.
Magical from Eden Hazard. Kai Havertz in the Champions League final. Ivanovic! In the middle, it's just behind him. But it's tapped in by Hakim Ziyech. Matic with the ball driver. Matic takes the net off. Hat-trick hero. Cole Palmer wins an epic, sensational game.
It's time for another episode of At the Bridge Pod, your number one Chelsea FC podcast. Coming up on this episode...
Well, that was much more like it. Both Chelsea sides win this weekend. Oh, welcome back, everyone, to another episode of At the Bridge Pod. And I am your host, Mike, and I'm joined in a virtual room, roaring with nearly a full house of lions. I have Berth, I've got Chris. Ollie is currently on a phone call, which he might join us. I don't know when he's going to join. Have no idea. You're just going to hear him. So, full house, Monday show on a Monday. Team. What were those moments of your weekend? What were they?
Yeah, to be fair, I had quite a busy weekend. Friday, me and all my family, all my sisters and brothers have a get together before Christmas. So that happened Friday. My girlfriend met my siblings for the first time, which is pretty cool. Saturday, I had my work's Christmas party. So that was really good. And then Sunday, my football team beat top of the table. So I've had a pretty good weekend. It's been very, very good. So
Can't complain at that. What about you, Chris?
Can't moan at that, can you, Beth? What a weekend.
Great weekend.
Yeah. I had a good weekend too. Last games of 2025. Both teams won.
No, go on.
So Saturday team, we're still top, still unbeaten. 10 wins, 1 draw. 11 points clear we are. But the other teams behind us have got some games in hand, which I hate because you don't really know what the table looks like when people have games in hand. So that's annoying.
But points aren't on the board, though, are they? A game
exactly.
in hand
I'd rather
is a game
have
in
points
hand.
on the board, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Sunday team won 6-2, which keeps us, second, but level on points with the team in first now. So we're looking to push on for that for the second half of the season. It's put us back in contention, I think.
Nice.
I
I headed up into Birmingham. I took in the atmosphere of the Frankfurt Christmas market. Wasn't too bad. Very busy. I expected it. Had an overpriced Frankfurter sausage. Weren't terrible. That's all I can give you. That's all that's literally what it is. It is overpriced. It's the atmosphere you're paying for. Yeah. I made my Freddo Frog millionaire cookie bars. But Freddo Frogs cost too damn much now. So I bought the clone brand from Aldi. They're Dino dinosaurs. So nothing like frogs at all. Good enough though. I think for the football, I'm going to Forest because Sangari and Hudson-Odoi goals were gorgeous. Oh, chef's kiss. I don't care if either of them, Sangari meant his. Hudson-Odoi, I don't know. I don't care. It was a lovely goal.
I think it was across that.
We'll pretend it wasn't. It'll be on the high. It'll be the December goal of the month.
It definitely was across.
Yeah, it was across 100%.
Well, then we got to say that Mykhailo Mudrik's goal for us was a cross, and we don't want to
Yeah,
do
it was.
that. He meant that.
Yeah,
No,
it
he
was.
meant that.
No,
He meant that.
was.
You can't take it away from him. It's the only positive he's ever done for Chelsea.
That is true.
Mikey, have you ever watched Mykhailo Mudryk kick a ball?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I unfortunately,
exactly, so
I've
it's
done this
across,
pod long
yeah.
enough. Yeah. Oh, what we will do is Shevva shoutouts because we got Sam. Sam has said, I don't understand the Pedro Neto doesn't do anything position. He's easily been one of Chelsea's most productive players. Love that guy. Now, I don't know if that is something we've said or just a general narrative because I don't think I've ever said that. So I feel safe.
I think I've said it.
Well, that's just a standard. I expected it from yourself. He is one of our most... Yeah, I can't argue that he's not productive. He is. He contributes and he gets his goals.
It's not. His numbers this year in the league aren't that bad. My issue with Neto is like Saturday again. He got an assist, but name something he did either side of that assist.
I ran a lot.
Yeah, exactly. This is my problem.
Always important to run.
He only does it once.
Well,
Yeah, but he's still important. I think he's very important for us. He's the best one we got at the minute.
I now have Bosch, have been listening consistently for 2 seasons now. Just want to say thank you to the host and co-hosts when they turn up for making my week better in these tough times. Most of the Chelsea content creators are in it for the rage bait views, or their weekly dopamine is reliant on the Chelsea results. So I appreciate you guys for your well-rounded views on football. I love you all, but Chris is my favourite. Keep up the hard work and have a lovely Christmas and up the Chelsea. I'm really annoyed that we need more rage bait in here. Need something really juicy, like and Caicedo is our great. No, that's not rage baity, is it?
There are people who think that we are like that.
Yeah.
So I do
it might be you
understanding what we really are.
Well, right. I'll finish it off. I had to do this, Mike, not myself. So paused, rewound, and replayed the part about acceptance and inclusion for my son when he got in the car. Then almost immediately bashed my comment for having 13 players listed, even though I said some combo of 4 forwards. He at least found it hilarious. Keep it up. My favourite Chelsea pod. Now, I've brought this in because I know Mike's listening. And Mike, I replied back in the comments. And just to say, I never ever do bashing in anyone in a rude or laughing at manner. Never. It's always a bit tongue in cheek. And you weren't wrong. You suggested that the 11 could title challenge for sure, if all fully fit. And I agree with that. And you did put a combo of all 4 forwards. It's just me purely not understanding what I read, which is quite usual. I'm very good at not understanding what I've got in front of me. So I just love the fact that you've replayed the part about acceptance and inclusion. Interesting week last week that was for the Slavia Prague fans, just really going to town on me. Yeah, it was.
That was not my 2025 bingo card.
I'm happy. Look, if standing up for what I believe in gets me that reaction, then I'm still going to stand up for what I believe in. So there we go. I will also like to say thank you so much for all your reviews, comments, and support. We genuinely appreciate every single one. We really do. And of course, if you want yours read out, just there to Spotify, drop a comment. We'll make sure. If it's good, we'll give you a shout on the next one. And while you're here, because I don't do this often, if you haven't already joined our Discord server, the invite link is in the episode description. I've had a few people reach out and go, how do I join? It is in this episode description. It's a brilliant community and it is growing every single day. I think we've got over 300 people now, that is crazy. I'm pretty sure we're over the 300 mark. So join it. Join it for the festive holidays and stay. Please stay. We like that. We don't use sold. There's loads. I think I've got it tweaked now. So if you leave, it said you've been sold for pure profit, and you don't want to be sold for pure profit. You don't want to. So with that, let's hit some news. Let's get the charcuterie board out. I have got one piece of news, and it is a beautiful big slab of meat. This one is because the post-game comments from Maresca after we won 2-0. Spoilers, I know, for winners and losers. I'll read the quotes. He said, the last 48 hours have been the worst 48 hours since I joined the club because so many people didn't support us. I had the feeling that so many people didn't support us after the Arsenal game. He was asked later to clarify what that comment was meant. Was it aimed at the fans? He did make it clear that there was no issue with them. It did get brought up again today. Same thing again. He didn't clarify. He was like, look, I've done it, said it, moving on. And I let that press conference sit with me for a bit because it would have been very easy for me to react in the moment. And I did actually in the chat. And I thought, hang on a minute. Let's be, I'm not a rage baiter. Let's be smart here. So instead of me focusing on one single tree, I wanted to just step back, look at the whole forest, take it in. And I think my assumption, that's all it can be, because none of us know. Of course, it wasn't aimed at the fans. It's aimed at the ownership, the directors. We know that. We'll never truly know what's said or demanded behind the closed doors. Only what gets briefed. So it's just how football clubs operate. It's never going to be public. What did frustrate me, and that was seeing Matt Law suggest that if this was aimed at the owners or sporting directors, then the manager's fighting a losing battle. And I've got my opinions on Matt Law. I'll leave that there. I'm very used to his briefs coming out that are always in favoritism. They're always in a line and favorited with the ownership. I'm used to it. I'm siding with Maresca on this actually, because I think I look at it, the evidence of incompetence above him is overwhelming for me. because I looked at Ben Jacobs, friend of the show. He reported that Chelsea's owners are known to appreciate Arsenal's model, specifically Mikel Arteta, who's won a trophy in his first season and went through tough spells. Now, quite frankly, if you're genuinely comparing Chelsea to Arsenal as a model, you got to stay off that weed, because Arteta won a trophy in his first season. Great. How many since? One. 6 years, one trophy. That's not a benchmark I think our owners should be pointing out. If you do, you don't understand Chelsea Football Club or what this club was built on from the Abramovich era. We already know it's been made clear to Maresca that it's the Schuf-led model. We know Egbali believes it's starting to bear fruit with the sporting directors, obviously Stuart and Winstanley. They're convinced this is paying off. For me, that's where the problem lies. I think there's a lot of ego here that it needs parking at the door, because I don't think you can look seriously at this football club and claim the approach has been successful so far. And I know this is going on a bit, but I feel like I've understood this, because the board has shown repeated and serious incompetence. There is no plan for Stamford Bridge. We don't even have a clear idea of what the plan could be. We've had recruitment that's wildly inconsistent. We've had baffling decisions like Chow Felix. And then, in a sense, Christopher Nkunku, with no idea of where to play him. We've overspent and landed the club under a UEFA sanction. And now we've been doing loopholes with accounting to stay compliant with PSR. We've had the farcical front of shirt sponsorship saga. That's embarrassingly still deep into its third season now. So I don't want to be told to trust this process, have blind faith in the board and the sporting directors, because the evidence everywhere that this project has been so poorly thought out, it's been poorly executed, it's been reactive rather than strategic. And I just do not believe in it. And lads, I look at Stuart and Winstanley. They've had the reins since January 23. And if I'm being honest, their best signings, judged purely on the performances on the pitch right now, Enzo, Gusto, Caicedo, Palmer, Pedro Neto, Esteval, Sanchez as well, yeah. The misses, you've got Gittins already. It's early, but still. Felix, Jorgensen, Vega, Nkunku, Disasi, and Ugochukwu, Washington, Moreira, Angelo, Mudryk. You get the point there. And even the so-called hits, Enzo and Caicedo, were the easiest of the lot. You know, they're established players for massive fees. We were sold the idea that these sporting directors could identify gems before they became world beaters. And so far, I see Palmer and Esteval as those. Maybe Santos, but he's not a world beater. Palmer and Esteval, they would go into any team and improve them. What did you make of, Chris? I know you and the ownership, you've always got a sound view, just as Berth does. What did you make of it, though?
I thought the comments were stupid, because I thought the timing of the comments was stupid more than anything, because when you would come off the week that we had and then you win a game, surely you want the focus to be on the fact that you've won a game. And then he's made these comments and nobody's talking about us beating Everton now. Everyone's just talking about him and these comments. So I don't really understand what he was trying to achieve with it. There's no good side to fall on here, because I don't like any of them. So I can't take a side, because I'm not Maresca's biggest fan, and I don't like the sporting directors or the direction they're taking the club in either. So I'm not going to take a side, because I think they're both wrong. What I would say from Maresca's point of view is he can have some good gripes, I think, in terms of asking for some players that he wasn't given. But at the same time, I do think Maresca has got to remember that if this ownership didn't have this model, he wouldn't be here. Because if they had a model where they wanted to win stuff, he wouldn't be in charge. Because they would have appointed, a more experienced, more CV-packed manager. They wouldn't be appointing someone from the Championship. So at the same time, like, he's moaning about something that it's the only reason why you've got a job.
Surely that shows how bad it is.
Oh,
Hey,
hello.
hello.
He's here. We didn't even know he was here.
I've been here for the last few minutes, just slowly, quietly lurking.
Did you catch what my long and in-depth, not rant, it wasn't a rant, it was just my understanding, as I put it.
I did. I've been around for all of the news, actually. I can see where Chris is coming from with saying that, neither side is in the right. But for me, there's definitely one side which is more in the right, and that's Maresca. Because for me, I mean, yeah, you can say what you want if it's unprofessional, if he's making the comments at the wrong time or what have you. But the reality is, at least in his eyes, he hasn't been backed. And it seems that there's some kind of impasse between him and the ownership at the moment. And I can't see it ending well. At the end of the day, Maresca's done the best he can with the resources that he's had, and he's achieved the targets he was supposed to achieve last season.
Yes.
It's fair enough then for him to turn around and ask for a little bit more, and he didn't get it. He didn't get it last summer either, which is fair enough because he just started out, but he's then proved himself and he hasn't got it either. And what I think it is it's the sporting directors are saying it, and the owners are saying, well, it's our way or the highway. And Maresca's saying, well, hang on, like, what have you done for me lately? Look at everything I've done for you at the club so far. You've not really given me anything in terms of the same amount of courtesy. And my concern, especially for this, is if they do decide to get rid of Maresca as a result of this, say at the end of the season, it's a mutual parting of ways. You've got to start looking at the big picture. Pochettino didn't want to stay, didn't want to deal with the ownership anymore. Potter didn't want to do this, didn't do the same. Lampard didn't do the same, right? No, there was sackings and mutual leavings in that, but all of them have since come out and said that they can't work under the environment which the owners are currently making, and now we're seeing it with Maresca as well. So no matter who you get in, doesn't matter who you get in. You could get a mix of Pep Guardiola and Sir Alex Ferguson and Jose and Johan Cruyff and Carlo Ancelotti all rolled into one. And they still won't be able to do exactly what you want them to do in terms of winning trophies and getting the best out of this squad, because they're in an environment that just isn't conducive to success. In my opinion, it's the egos of the sporting directors and the owners are massive. They think they know better than everybody. And for me, I think they just got to back off, but they won't. So
I think you could easily get someone better than Maresca. You could easily get someone worse. I am shocked at how Spurs have fallen again under Frank. I really rated him, and that's gone to shit. Ruben Amorim was one of the most highly touted managers in Europe, and now Man United are still up in the table. The point being, though, you look at that. On Twitter, we had the poll about which side would you fall on. 82.7 went Maresca. I'm a bit concerned about the 17.3. I'm not bashing directors here. I'm just saying what I saw. And again,
I am.
The thing
how can you look at the crock of shit that they have served up in terms of running the club, and then decide that they're the ones in the right here? No,
they said they were brought in because they could find, and we were told, gems before they become superstars. And Esteval and Palmer are the only ones they have done that with. I do not care what anyone else says. Those are the only stars that have become unidentified to become world beaters. No one else has.
But see, now, but the thing is that the argument here is Maresca's calling out a lack of support. Now, apparently that stems from his decisions being questioned by people above who he thinks know nothing about football. He's absolutely right. They do know nothing about football, and we all knew that, let's face it, 3 years ago. So I get why he'd be frustrated at that. However, everyone was questioning your decisions, mate. It's not just people who don't know football. A lot of people who do. Nobody understood what you did in the Atalanta game. Nobody. The players, the fans, Atalanta, Stevie Wonder. It doesn't matter whether you could see it or not. Nobody understood his decisions in those games. So I can actually understand why, as a board, you're looking at it thinking, well, hold on a minute. Why have we got a £45 million centre midfielder sat on the bench and he's bringing on a right back? I can understand why that question was asked of him the morning after, because I'd be asking the exact same thing. I don't think
Chris,
you
actually know about football. I don't think you can ask that question if you don't know anything about football.
Yeah, but I think you can, because it's common sense. That's like that's like somebody parking a car on the road when they've got a garage.
Yeah, but I'm being
yeah, but then you wouldn't have someone
you
wouldn't have someone comment about your parking job if they didn't have a license.
Berth, what do you think?
Thing is, Chris, right? These owners, Todd Bowley came out and said he wants to play 4-4-3. So that's your first red flag right there.
Yeah, but he's not making the decisions, is it? It's Egbali and friends.
Yeah, I know, but still, that when you've got people like that around the club, it's actually alarming. I mean, I do side with Maresca. Obviously, he's made some questionable decisions, which we all are concerned about. It's a real concern for me that he's come out and said something like this, because you feel when Maresca came in, he had this sort of. We all thought he was like a yes man. He had that mentality. He had that. This is the board's choice. He does what the board say, and for a long time, and for the past year and a half or so, he has done everything that they've said, and he's not said anything. And that was the problem in Pochettino. Pochettino left because he didn't agree with the way the board was going to go. Didn't agree with the philosophies, the signing, and stuff like that. When Maresca's coming out and saying that, that's a big, big worry. And if you sack Maresca, so let's face it, whenever anything like this happens at a club, you look at what happened in Nuno and Forest, it never ends well. And you think at the end of the season, if he doesn't get top 4 or top 5, whatever it is, or doesn't win a trophy and then leaves, he's going to want to come in. He's going to want to come in and work with the board and work with this management, because if a so-called yes man can't do it, who's done everything they've asked, who else is going to do it? No one.
Somebody wants money. Somebody who wants money, because you'll get paid out.
Liam Rosenior, probably.
Yeah, but Liam Rosenior, I mean, yeah.
That an upgrade? That's not an upgrade.
No, it's not. That's the problem.
I think Liam Rosenior is a fantastic young manager and will be a great manager. I don't think he should get the Chelsea job, because, yes, you need someone who can work with a young group like Rosenior has, but you also need someone who can manage a lot of egos, and that's not just the players. And that's a tough ask for someone who's had really. I mean, he's been at Strasbourg for a while. He was at Hull, wasn't he, before Strasbourg?
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not. This will be his first big job, and you think.
But to be fair, it was Maresca's first big job as well.
Yeah, they'll put in whoever. That's the thing as well. People are saying, I've seen people say, just sack Maresca off and see who they get. Do you really trust them to do that?
No.
If you don't trust them to either change the model, right, which they won't do,
No.
or get some more experience in, which they won't do. Anyone other than Maresca at the moment is a sideways move, because there's no one better around. Tell me who's better.
I think one of the main problems, though, and I think the reason, I do think some people have gone a little bit over the top with this, in terms of, I've seen a lot today saying, we're really panicking because if this means that Maresca gets sacked, where do we go from here? He's hardly irreplaceable. He's back
to square one again.
I think, I honestly do think people are massively now overrating what he's done and what he's doing at the moment. He won the Conference League, which I don't even think counts, because I think you could have put anyone in charge. You could have put the canteen lady in charge and win the Conference League. The Club World Cup is an achievement, but as I've said, we won't know how big an achievement that is till we find out how many teams take this competition seriously down the line. If next year Athletic Bilbao win it, then you know what I mean. Then no one's going to take it seriously. And then people are going, well, look what he's doing in the league. What is he doing in the league? We're level on points. If Man United win tonight, we're level on points with Man United. It's not a hard Premier League. You only have to get 20-odd points and you're in the top 4 race. It's one of them where the standard of the Premier League this year is so poor that you only have to win a couple of games and you'll go into the top 4, but then we'll lose a couple and you can drop to 12th. So your league position doesn't mean anything at the moment, because the table is so tight that it doesn't matter whether you're in 4th or 12th. Everyone's in the European race because the points total is like 4 points.
I look at, you can always, Ollie said about experience, you can balance youth and experience. It's been done for decades. Football doesn't need reinventing. It's like driving with 4 brand new tyres, but no experienced driver behind the wheel. You can have all the grip in the world. It means nothing if no one knows how to drive that car. You can win. You can win them you win trophies by knowing when to push the accelerator and when to hit the brakes. And it could have been aimed at the directors. If it was aimed at the media, I'll pull up this comment by Matt Law, just saying, this is an actual quote. Rather than wearing the mint green club issued tracksuit, Maresca has appeared comfortable in, Maresca has started dressing in a non-Chelsea branded clothing since the defeat at Leeds. It may be significant.
Wore non-Chelsea stuff last year as well.
It may be significant, Ollie. It may not. But Maresca has created a guessing game around his intentions. That is enough should tell listeners why I'm not the biggest fan of that journalist, because
Can I
that's
just
that's
say as well?
absolute nothing. It's a nothing.
Yeah, I mean that's ridiculous, and
It's a nothing.
I don't think if we start reading into what managers are wearing, then we are in trouble. I wouldn't be shocked if Maresca wants the sack because he either thinks or knows one of the top jobs in Italy's coming up.
Probably. that
probably
could be a
Juventus,
part of
maybe.
it. I think the thing is I don't really love Maresca making the comments at the time he's made them. Clearly, it's come out of a point of frustration where something in the ownership that has been brewing for a while just isn't working. But the thing for me is people turning around and saying this is Maresca's issue when it's not. It's clearly the owners and the sporting director's issue.
Yeah.
Because this is the third or fourth manager now that said something to this effect. You know, it's a pattern. Like you can't ignore it. If your house is falling down, you don't blame the butler who you've hired to staff it. You blame the builder. You know, like I don't know. That's the way I see it.
That's actually a really good analogy, Ollie.
It is.
Yeah.
Like the way I see it, as if the sporting directors and the current structure that we have it at the moment above the manager don't change, we'll be here again in 18 months, no matter who's in charge.
Yeah. Right. Let us know, listeners. Let us know. It's a big topic, and I'm sure it will rumble on through the week. We are heading to Kingsmeadow Corner because Chelsea women, they had a game and they took on Brighton in the WSL, and it ended Brighton 0, Chelsea 3. Back to winning ways and back to quickfire winners and losers. And I've got 2 and 1 because my first quickfire winner was Ellie Carpenter and Alicia Thompson's overlap, because on the team sheet, Carpenter lined up quite as a right wing back, maybe a right midfielder, with Thompson starting on the left. But throughout the game, I did see Thompson drift over a little bit to combine with Carpenter. It worked. Carpenter was constantly creative on her own. She always is. That's why I got her shirt. That's why I bought it. And she's relentless. She's brilliant. Whips those balls into the dangerous areas. Thompson benefited hugely from that connection. And Thompson, I mean, she left the game with a goal and an assist, capping off a very, very impressive performance. And what a fantastic signing. Honestly, I know. Oh my word. Every time we go shopping in the NWSL, we always get a bargain. I do not care what the fee is. It's always a bargain. Oh, go on. Let's. What do you think? What did we all think of Thompson?
Yeah, she's class, to be fair. She's actually really impressive. I thought she was just seemingly getting better and better as well, which is really, really useful to us. So I think we sort of was faltering for a bit, and she's just almost exploded, really, and just got us going again. And it's a pretty convincing win in the end as well. So much needed, really, really much needed from her, and she's one of the catalysts for it. So yeah, really good, really, really good performance.
What do you think, Chris? Would she have been one of your winners?
Yeah, she's been one of the bright sparks even during the sort of dodgy spell we've been on, to be fair. I think she's really started to look comfortable in the team now, and we're seeing the best of her. I think it's a really good win, and a win that we really needed as well. I think I don't think it's a shock that it's come in on a non-Champions League week. Again, I think it's like the real focus was on this game this week, without having to worry about the game in the midweek after. I think that's what we're going to see more of. I still don't think we're going to win the title when you look at what Man City are doing. I mean, Shaw alone, absolutely dismantling a decent Villa side. I think we've given ourselves too much to do in the league, especially with the focus going to be on the Champions League. I think that's what we're going to see from this team now. I think games before Champions League games, I think, are going to be poorer, where we're just trying to get the result and probably sometimes won't do that. And then on the game weeks where we've got no Champions League focus, I think you'll see us back to somewhat near our level. Which I can kind of accept if we go deep into the Champions League. But the issue is we're focusing on a knockout competition. You're one bad performance away from going out.
Yeah. I only had another winner, and that was just Sandy Baltimore, because she was...
Sandy Baltimore?
Yeah. A consistent threat from start to finish. And direct, dangerous, always looking to make something happen. Exactly what I loved about her last season. A superb goal on a weaker foot. I love to see it. Love to see it. I have one loser. And I don't know, did anyone else have any other quickfire winners from the game?
I didn't really, to be fair.
No, to be honest,
No,
I
I
didn't
just
watch the game.
I just had the result in general. So
My loser, and I think Chris is going to be perfect to be the foil to what I'm about to say. I got Aggie Beaver-Jones because she was subbed off at halftime for Sam Kerr, and unfortunately, the numbers told a brutal story for a player that we all rate really highly here. 0 shots for a striker, 0 chances created, 0 touches in the opposition box as a striker. It don't get much worse than that, and it was made even more stark because Sam Kerr comes on, scores, and we need to see more from Aggie. She's such a good player, but this is another game without a goal since September, and that's wild considering she scored in every single game in that month. For me, it might be time for her to take a spell on the bench and allow Kerr a run of starts. Chris, you're one of her biggest supporters. What's going on?
she hasn't been good enough since the injury. That's the truth. You know, I still think she's a phenomenal player, but you have to judge a player by what they're doing right now, and what she's doing right now isn't enough. I don't know whether it's mental or physical or a bit of both, but she just seems less explosive. She seems less creative. She seems less enthused for the games. I think her energy levels have dropped. Not really sure what it is.
Could it just be that she's still quite young, and these are the things that young players go through sometimes?
Yeah, it could be that. Like, you know, maybe as well, the drop off of the team in terms of the results and not winning every week, then the pressure of being that player at a club like Chelsea, you know, the focal point, the player who's expected to score goals when you're not winning, weighs a lot heavier than when your team's winning every week. You can be a striker in that sort of environment and go a few games without a goal if the team continues to win and it doesn't weigh as heavy. But as soon as the team starts losing, the focus shifts to you straight away. That's the same with any top team in the world. You look at what's happening with Gyökeres at Arsenal now. As soon as their results started to falter, it was, let's talk about Gyökeres and why he isn't performing. Yeah. No one was talking about it before when they was winning. He still weren't scoring, but no one was talking about him because the team was winning. So it could be a little bit of that. I think, you know, maybe that pressure has got to her a little, which is understandable. I think I agree with you. I would take her out of the firing line for a while, give Sam Kerr a run of games, bring her on as a sub, maybe to play with Kerr as well, which takes the pressure off even more. And then I think you'll see. I don't overly worry because I think a player that talented will come back at some point. It's just, I think as from a managing point of view now, I think you have to sometimes just take them away from it to reset.
Need some time out of the spotlight.
It's the 0 touches in the opposition box that got me. 0 shots can happen. That can happen. 0 shot touches in the opposition box. Just you weren't even in there to create or to get a chance.
That's the issue.
It's like, yeah. So next up, who do we? I've just seen we have got Crystal Palace in the FA Cup 4th round draw. We are at home for that
again. I think we had them last year.
It's not the worst.
Yeah, we did.
Not the worst. Next game is Wednesday, which is the big one against Wolfsburg. And then obviously Sunday, we've got Liverpool in the League Cup quarter final. So, yeah, so it seems that draw did actually stay legit. They weren't going to redraw it after what happened.
Big week, that's a big week.
Yeah, it's back-to-back.
Could say season defining.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to...
There's a concrete possibility.
85%. I'll tell you what, if we win the Champions League and a League Cup, fuck the WSL. I don't care.
Yeah,
I will happily sacrifice that to go. We've won it all.
Just the Champions League.
Yeah. Honestly, this season
Arsenal won it.
I mean,
come on, no, not having it. Right. We head even to winners and losers because Chelsea, we welcomed Everton to Stamford Bridge. Cole Palmer returned like a long-lost house key. Suddenly, everything worked again. Back in the starting 11 and back on the score sheet. Palmer steadied Chelsea's wobble with a first-half strike that reminded everyone why the team feels incomplete without him. Malo played the role of chaos merchant, slicing Everton open with a pass for the opener before later finishing a counter-attack himself. Everton did have their moments. Headers glanced, shots slid wide, posts rattled, but Stamford Bridge remained a place of historical inconvenience for David Moyes. Palmer exited early, job done and groin preserved, as Chelsea saw out a rare calm afternoon, a clean sheet tucked neatly into the back pocket, 2 goals, no drama, and a quiet reminder that Chelsea with Cole Palmer is a far more sensible idea than Chelsea without. Oh, Chelsea! 2! Everton near a win, a December win. It's a Christmas miracle. Oh, my word. Winners and losers, but who have you got? How many have you got?
3 and 3.
I've got 4 and 2.
Oh. God.
Shut up, Berth. You did it last time.
I did do it last time, but still.
I've got 3 and 3.
I've got 3 and 2.5, which you'll find out why.
What the fuck is that?
Okay, that's more.
That can't run. Berth, have a word.
Annoying.
That trust me, listeners will be all right with it when I drop it. So we'll get there. So first winner, I think we all have him, Malo Gusto.
Yeah,
he's on mine.
Look, this assist is for the opening goal to Palmer was just beautiful artwork. It's a pass where if Kevin De Bruyne had played it, Lionel Messi had played it, we'd have pundits glazing it all week. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's why he's the GOAT. It's why he's this. The vision to pick out Palmer, to do so with the precision that he did. It's not something you would expect naturally from a right back, to be honest. And then he tops it off by starting the move that ends with him scoring, picking it up on that halfway line, playing it to Pedro Neto, who does brilliantly, may I add, to beat Mykolenko with strength and the pace. Gusto keeps his run, gets into the box, finishes it. Outstanding first half. And the stats back it up. 90% pass accuracy, so 60 of 67. 100% shot accuracy, so 2 for 2. And 100% of his aerial duels won. And his reading of the game was excellent. It was so... You know what? It was one moment in particular. He's behind Grealish and he sees a pass that's going to come to Grealish's feet. He just nips in and intercepts it. And then he passes a brilliant ball into João Pedro to create a big chance in that final third. And oh my word, I was loving this. I'm just glad to see him back to the form that I saw under Poch. Why was he your guys' winner?
I actually think he's been one of our best players this season. Just low key, one of our best players. Well, our most consistent player anyway. Which could annoy a lot of people, but he's actually been pretty good. Popping up with goals now, popping up with assists. I think his pass for Palmer's goal is really underrated. I think if Palmer had done that for someone, I think we'd all be going, wow, did you see that pass? And because it's Malo Gusto, it's almost got sort of brushed aside, really. But yeah, and his goal took his goal really well. He's getting more used to that sort of role, that inverted role now, and I think he looks more natural there now. Whereas I think before, there's a large period where he didn't really look comfortable. He didn't really know where he was supposed to be. I thought he was quite careless on the ball and just looked lost in there. But now I think he's really grew into the role, and I think at the minute, arguably, he's actually outperforming Cucurella. Because I don't think Cucurella's been at his best past couple of games.
At the moment, yeah, in the last couple of weeks, I would back that.
I agree with that too.
So yeah, I think he's very good, very very good against Everton. So can't knock him.
Well, anything to add on Gusto, guys?
Just that he was probably his best game in a Chelsea shirt. Probably, right?
That's a big statement.
The only other one, maybe Club World Cup final. He had a big impact in that game as well. But he was everywhere. It wasn't necessarily just the goal and the assist. I really rated his defensive output. He was getting stuck in. He was tackling well against the physical side like Everton. And again, in a role where he's not really built for it in that sort of a right attacking half space. There's not really much more to say. But if he starts playing like that every week, it doesn't matter if, Maresca can play him in goal. If he plays like that every week, I'll have no complaints.
Yeah, I think he played with really good energy throughout the game. And I think his goal is better than the pass for Palmer. I think that pass for Palmer actually is massively overrated. I don't think it's a difficult pass.
What?
The gap. The gap between the two.
Don't know, mate.
Oh
The
my
gap-
word!
No,
Wait,
I'm actually with
wait,
Chris
listen.
on it.
Yeah, it's a massively overrated pass. He's under no pressure. There's no one anywhere near him. He stops the ball dead with his first touch. The gap between the two Everton players is minimum 10 yards. If you can't play a ball through a 10-yard gap, you should not be playing in the Premier League. It's a good pass, not a
It's a
brilliant
good pass, and it's weighted really well. But
Yeah,
it
it's
wasn't.
he's a
It's not a
right
hard
back.
ball.
I don't give a shit. He's a footballer.
professional
A
footballer can
goalkeeper
make.
could
I'm not
play
having
that
this.
pass.
No, we're going to get you on the pitch, and we want to see you do that at a Premier League ground.
Mate, honestly, I see them passes every week.
Chris could do it.
They're not difficult passes. Not when the ball's stopped and you're under no pressure. I think his role in his goal is incredibly good. Wins possession, plays it forward, and then gets on the end and finishes a move he started. That's
it's a
more
good
impressive
finish
than
as
a
well,
pass for a
first time.
10-yard gap.
Yeah, I agree with Chris on that. I think the pass is good, but it's not like aura defining.
People were talking about it like it was Fabregas's against Burnley.
Well, no, it's not that good, but I think it's a very
I
good
didn't go that
pass.
far. It
It was weighted well. It was
all right.
Yeah,
Sorry, Ollie, as well. Can I just say, have you just said a pass was aura defining?
Listen, I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying.
What does that
wasn't
mean?
Amazing. It defines his aura.
Clip that, please. Clip that.
Yeah.
What's an aura? What does that mean?
It's what I've got and you don't have.
Wow.
Oh, shots
No,
fired.
Ollie, that's hair, not aura. That's hair.
Pew, 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 pew. Right, second winner. I don't think we're going to have him equally, but I have Robert Sanchez.
So do I.
Yes!
Wow,
He was good, wasn't he?
Yeah. 2 saves he made in the game. He only needed to make 2 saves, but he made them. And that is the mark of a goalkeeper suited to a top team. When you're playing for a smaller club, you might face a barrage every week, rack up those highlight reel saves. At a top club, you can go 20, 30, 40 minutes without doing anything. When those 1 or 2 chances come, though, you've got to be switched on. And he has been all season. This is not just a microcosm of this game, but the whole season so far. That's his 8th Premier League clean sheet. He's joint top in the Golden Glove race. I've just been really impressed with him all season, and even his distribution deserves credit from this game. That long pass in the second half put it on an absolute plate for Garnacho. Shame it didn't end up being a Sanchez assist, because that would have been, if that was Ederson, you would hear everyone glazing it. Oh, Ederson, it's just pet ball. Oh, Chris, a winner. Why?
That sounded a bit dodgy, to be honest with you.
Oh, come on. It's so true. It's so true.
Yeah, I had him on the winners because obviously I had him on the losers the game before. And it was nice to see him bounce back from a shaky performance and not let it snowball into another one. I thought he made the saves he had to make. I thought his claiming of crosses again, a bit like the Spurs game, just relieved a lot of pressure that Everton was trying to put us under by coming and claiming those crosses, not punching, not flapping at anything, just safe, solid catches. And his distribution was good in this game. So it was another really solid performance from him, putting a bad performance behind him, which we haven't seen him do a lot. Normally, if he has a shit game, he has like 6 in a row before he has his next good game. So again, it's another sign of his growth.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Ollie, who was one of your winners?
Bodies in the box. Specifically,
Interesting.
it's a small thing, but Gusto's goal. I don't know how many times we've seen this season from us, but in my opinion, it's not been anywhere near enough. When we scored that goal, we had about 3 or 4 players in the box, in the opposition player's box. How many times this season have we been crossing it to one person who's usually someone like Pedro Neto, who's like 5 foot tall? Or, we're passing it around, or we're on a break and we're not getting enough bodies actually in the penalty area for something to just bounce in or go in off someone. Like we don't have enough options often enough to aim at in the box. And specifically for Gusto's goal, I thought we did. And I've started to see it a little bit more, and I just want to see even more again. Every single attack, I want to see us bombing 4, 5, 6 players in the box, as many as we can get in there. Because if you get it in the box after that, you've got half a chance of it going anywhere. And as Gusto showed, it often ends up in the back of the net.
Berth, who was one of your winners?
Pretty obvious one, Cole Palmer. Not necessarily because he had his best performance in a Chelsea shirt, because obviously that bar is very high, but got a goal. I thought he looked a lot better against Everton than he did against Leeds the other week. It was just a very solid performance. I thought it's good to have that killer instinct back in front of goal. I think when he went one-on-one with the keeper, I thought, yeah, goal. And I don't think anyone else in the team has that aura-defining finish.
There you go, it's aura-defining. I was waiting for someone to say it.
But yeah, I just think that he gives you something that no one else in the team gives you. He always seems to have space. He can just glide past players. And it's really good to have him back. And I hope they manage him well. And I hope they don't rush into things with him. I don't expect him to start against Cardiff. But yeah, just good to have him back. And it was just nice to see him got on the score sheet as well.
I might as well round off my final winner, because I think that we might have similar in the sense. I've got Maresca's defence. I don't think this gets talked about enough, because Maresca's massively evolved this team defensively, at least. The way we play under him is a huge reason why we're in this position, because we've conceded just 15 goals in the Premier League. Only Arsenal have conceded fewer with 10. Palace are on 15, City are on 16, Villa are on 17. I think that's outstanding, and especially considering we've been without arguably our best centre-back for most of this season. And against Everton, this is where it joins into another winner in a sense. Chalobah and Fofana were absolutely immense. And this is a pattern that's obvious. I think it's well known within the fan base without even realising it's well known. When we concede or struggle, I want you to look at the centre-back pairings. You can pause the episode, you can have a look. Against Atalanta, we had Badiashile and Fofana for the first goal, then Tosin and Badiashile for the second. Against Leeds, Tosin and Badiashile. Compare that to our best performances, the ones where we go, these are aura-defining performances for this club. You've got Arsenal, Barcelona, Spurs, Chalobah and Fofana started. It's our best partnership. For me, should be the starting pairing whenever they're available.
Mike, I'm so glad you said that, because I actually had Wesley Fofana as my third winner. And I totally agree with you. And I think Chalobah has been very good, but I think it's no coincidence that when Fofana starts with Chalobah, we keep clean sheets or we defend really well. And I thought Fofana has come in this season. He stayed fit, which is a massive bonus, but for the most part. And he's looked very, very good physically. I think he's brilliant on the ball, very good. And I think he makes Trevor look a lot more comfortable. I think that's the best pairing that we've got at the moment. And you could argue that Chalobah could have got a winner this week and not Fofana, but I think as a pair, I think that they're both very, very good, and they're getting that partnership together now, which as a centre-back pairing is so, so key. And that sort of back five now, including the keeper, is becoming sort of stable, and that lineup's getting more consistent. When you got Reece James at right back, or Gusto, and you got Chalobah, Fofana, Cucurella, Sanchez. That's that back five then, and that's what it should be going forward. No chopping and changing. That should be it.
100%. Chris, Ollie, did you have either Chalobah, Fofana, or our defence as a winner?
I had Palmer.
I had Palmer as well.
What did you think of that then, Palmer?
It's just nice to have him back. You can see defenders are so afraid of him, when he's on it. And the thing that actually makes him a winner for me is his comments after the game about his injury. He said he's nowhere near 100%. Now, that might be a concern for some people in terms of should he be playing and all that. But him coming back, playing well, getting a goal, proving himself, proving how much he matters to this team. That was him not at 100%, nowhere near in his words. So how much better is he going to get when he's back fully fit?
Yeah, it's a point.
Agreed.
Yeah,
I had him just for the goal, because I think Berth said it earlier. He's the only player in this team who you look at in that position and you're 99% confident he's going to score.
Yeah.
I don't think there's another player in our team who you'd be that confident in finishing that chance. I think he had an average game, but it's those moments that we've lacked, because up to that goal we were shit, by the way.
Yeah.
And that goal changed the game completely.
And that's what Palmer does.
That's
He
what
changes
someone
the
like
game
Palmer
for
gives
you.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Right. Who have got some winners left?
I've just got one more.
I'm all out.
Chris?
No, I'm done.
Ollie, give me your final
Last one,
winner.
dead quick. It's the result. Listen, it's a win. 3 points at home in December against the most physical team in the league. They've won the most duels. You can look that up. And we kept a clean sheet. Palmer's on the score sheet, and that's with Caicedo out as well. If you'd offered me that the day before the game, I'd have bitten your hand off.
No, that's fair.
So, can't really complain.
Right. Look, I'm sorry. I nearly got ahead of myself. Losers.
It's time to complain.
Berth has just let me know that he's heading off. So he sent me his losers in. So he's still going to be part of the show. I go to he's missed out because I've got my 2.5. Who was it? Well, I've got a windscreen wiper award and I'm handing it out for the first time ever this season. This is a player for me who wasn't quite bad enough to earn the full-on loser tag, but they had me going, windscreen wiper. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And that award goes to Aliano Garnacho. He might even be on a Chris's losers list.
He's on Berth's.
Yes. Well, look.
He's not on mine.
You know what? He kept
Just
getting into really good positions. And I love that. The end product wasn't there, though. And he rounded the goalkeeper. And all I thought at the time was, I just don't know how I just don't know how he didn't. How did he? He got round the key. It's like, you just got to put the ball in the net.
He's shit. I've told you
have
this
to
in
put
August.
it in. I know. And then you get to a few later on, and there were a few other moments where he had shots that ended up ballooning over the bar instead of hitting the target. Again,
It's almost like he'd been doing that for 2 years at Man United. Who could have seen that coming?
Plenty of promise. The execution was frustrating because, again, there was two. I'd say there's two, including rounding the goalkeeper, where you just have to put it in the net. I don't care. You have to put it in the net.
Can I say something a bit controversial? I thought he was pretty good. I thought
That's what I mean. It was a windscreen wiper because he was all right, but he had to score.
The thing that I think it's a good thing. You can almost say it's a good thing that he's getting into those positions so often because, like, if he does it enough, they will go in.
They won't. They won't because he did it for 2 years at Man United. That's exactly the same complaint Man United fans had about him. That every time he gets in a goal scoring position, he puts it over the bar. He's still doing the same thing now.
Yeah,
So
we'll have to agree to disagree.
It's not good because he's going to keep putting it over the bar.
Well, yeah. Chris, who was? I've only got two losers, so you had three. Who was one of your first?
Overreactions.
To what?
Overreaction, you think?
To everything. Honestly. Fuck me. You'd have thought we'd have beat Prime Man United 2008. We beat Everton, who
That's
we
a niche
always
choice.
beat, by the way. David Moyes can't win at Stamford Bridge. We could not turn up and he'd still manage to lose there. Like, he's absolutely shit there.
We'd be
something like he
more
hasn't
likely to
won.
win. We'd be more likely to lose, wouldn't we? Because David Moyes can't beat us when he's actually there.
Yeah.
In 20, it was something like in his last 21 attempts, he hasn't won at Stamford Bridge.
Exactly. He's absolutely shit at it, right?
Yeah.
I also think the performance has been massively overrated.
Oh, the performance was really bad.
I think the performance was dog shit. And honestly, you can look back at it, and if it wasn't for some moments that Everton fucked up, this game could have gone either way. This was not a really good, dominant 2-0 win where you was really comfortable. It wasn't that at all. Everton up until the first goal, better team. Everton after the first goal, better team. Everton up until the second goal, better team. After the second goal, better team. They created more chances. They had more opportunities in and around the box. If it wasn't for some really poor misses from them, They could have quite easily scored 3. And if there's the cutback in the first half to Endoi, where he somehow manages to miss the ball, which I think is unforgivable for a professional footballer, on a simple cutback that isn't travelling at pace. He missed the ball, which is unbelievable. There's the cross across the 6-yard box that Barry somehow manages to completely miss again. He only has to make contact with the ball and it's a goal, and he again misses the ball.
I thought Sanchez got a hand to that,
Yeah, he did tip it away, didn't he? I think he just got fingers to it, but I still think a decent striker fit. Haaland finishes it.
Yeah, they anticipated, don't they?
Yeah. And then in the second half, Endai walked into the box and hit the inside of the post. If that's 2 inches to the left, it's in. And again, it's this thing where we've got to stop doing it every single time we win a game. All our players are world class. Maresca's an absolute tactical magician. We beat a poor Everton team 2-0 at home, like we always do. I don't know what the shock is. Let's see if we follow it up, and not against Cardiff, because fuck me, they're in League One, aren't they? Jesus Christ. So let's see if we finish it up, follow it up against Newcastle. Then we can start talking. When we go again on a run of 2, 3, 4, 5 wins, then we can start talking. But fuck me, honestly, every time one of our players does anything remotely good, it's, they're the best player in the team. They're one of the best wingers in the world. Fuck me, Neto crossed the ball. Neto crossed the ball in, and everyone went, Neto's top class. He's one of the best wingers in the league. He crossed the ball in. That's his fucking job.
He did. Hang on. I'll say what I said about the women's team against Roma. Just because we won, we weren't the best team in the world. Just like when we lost to Atalanta, we weren't the worst team in the world.
Exactly.
It's context. It is context. Ollie, who was your loser? One of your
The thing about that, Mikey, you've got to understand is we were both.
We're a bit of both.
Yeah.
No, for me, I'm completely with Chris. The performance in general, I thought was pretty horrific, to be honest with you. I think we've had a few moments of quality that have defined the aura of the game. But in general, we were far too open. Everton hit the post. Both goals came against the run of play. Well, and when you look at it like that, and you sort of think, well, actually, it's one of those quite forgettable games that people will look at the highlight reel back in a few years and be like, we were terrible that game. Like, why does it look like we played well?
That game.
Yeah,
no one is.
Come on.
So, for me, it's quite a forgettable game. Just happy we won, because that was all we needed. All we had to do was win, and we did.
My first loser was Kiernan Dewsbury Hall, because coming into this game,
first,
I really was worried about Dewsbury Hall because he'd scored 3. Well, we're different people. This guy's an aura definer, because he had 3 goals in his last 4 games. And honestly, you could argue he has been one of the signings of the season. Because
someone else that went for us on the day.
Well,
one of their best players going off, but
yeah,
apparently let's all celebrate because we beat Everton. Woo!
To see him limp off with a hamstring injury after just 16 minutes was just sad, because let's be realistic. He's not, of course, he's not a Chelsea legend. He's absolutely going to be one of those that a cult hero, or maybe just below that.
He's
level.
not a cult hero.
I just said just below that level. I said, and you could see how much he's respected and loved, because the whole stadium applauded him off. Reece James went straight to him, walked him off the pitch. I think that respect tells you everything about the impact he had here last season. It's his personality. Well, I'm wishing him a quick and full recovery.
He's not aura. Is that what that smell is? Aura.
Look, I still wish we hadn't sold him. So,
Jesus.
Chris, who was your second loser?
I've got defensive structure. This is why I didn't. It's why I.
Whoa, Ollie, stop interrupting.
Mikey, isn't this exactly what you praised in the winter?
Yeah, I'll hear him out.
Which is why I stayed so quiet. Honestly, I think people who think we defend well can't be watching the games.
Right, I'll see you later, lads.
Because no, honestly, the amount of chances we give away to teams is criminal. This is another clean sheet that we have kept because Everton can't finish. It's got nothing to do with our defending. Absolutely nothing. Very rarely did I see any real top class defending. Well, let's talk about Wesley Fofana. So, Berth had him as a winner, yeah, because he had a really good game. But he let Enjoy walk into the box and backed off. Did the what I like to call the Virgil van Dijk. I'm just going to keep backing off and hope he misses. Let him just backed off, walked into the box, hit the post. If that goes in, no one's talking about Fofana having a good game. Everyone's going, why isn't Fofana closing him down? Just because it doesn't go in doesn't mean you shouldn't criticise the defending. Defending shit. Why are you backing off for? Why are you constantly backing off till he's 8 yards from the goal and then thinking, fucking, I hope he misses this. It's not good defending. Cucurella was dreadful. Absolutely really awful. Poor. He got absolutely ripped apart down that side by Jake O'Brien. And again, if they had a right back who wasn't a centre back by trade, an actual right back who, could play football, we'd have been in real trouble, because it's only because that Jake O'Brien can't cross or pass or shoot that we didn't concede a goal from that side, because that first 20 minutes we got absolutely ripped apart on that side. And I'm missing the ball in the box, Barry missing his one. I don't think we defend well. Our midfield's far too open. We don't press. We don't counter press. We don't sit deep. I don't know off the ball exactly what we're trying to do, because I watch us. As soon as we lose possession, it's like everyone just stops moving and hopes for the best, because I don't really see any structure in what we're trying to do in terms of how are we planning on getting the ball back. It's almost like we're just thinking, well, what we'll do is we'll let them get to our penalty area and then we'll hope Robert Sanchez catches the ball. That seems to be what our defensive idea is.
Okay. Ollie, who was your...
So I take it, Chris, you weren't impressed then, defensively?
I don't think he was.
It's fucking awful. And again, it's another thing where I think I said this about goalkeepers on the last episode, that a goalkeeper can keep a clean sheet and have a poor game, and they can concede goals and have a really good game. Like, I don't think that's... And it's the same with defenders. Defenders can keep a clean sheet and do nothing. If you have a team that doesn't do anything, then of course you're going to keep a clean sheet. They haven't had a shot. And then at the same time, you can keep a clean sheet and be awful at the back. If they've missed 2 open goals and hit the crossbar, then you haven't defended well, have you? Because they've had the chances. They've missed them.
Ollie, who was your second loser?
Second and final loser for me, the back post. Because this is a theme I've seen kind of all season with our defending, and I saw it in a couple of the chances, a bit like Chris was saying, that Everton just didn't put away. They just didn't have the quality. We are so open at the back post, specifically as well on that. I think it was that one chance, the one that Sanchez tipped away from Barry. We don't have anyone there, but the amount of times I see it is when one of the opposition players sort of gets close to the byline in a crossing position, all of our defenders move towards them. And then it leaves no one at the back post. All you have to do to score against Chelsea is stand there on the back post, because no one's going to go and mark you. Like, the amount of times I've seen it open time and time and again, it's a miracle to me that no one's figured it out like on a consistent basis yet. All you've got to do is go to the back post. And I just, again, time and again, we just leave ourselves so open there. And sooner or later, there's going to be a player or a team that really punishes that.
Possible.
I think you're right. I think one of Wesley Fofana's biggest weaknesses is defending crosses into his own box. He is obsessed with marking space. He seems to think the ball's just going to divert itself into the goal. He completely forgets about men. He literally he's constantly walking to defend a space.
Yeah.
But completely leaving the bloke unmarked. And it's like, well, mate, the bloke's going to score, not the space. The space is only dangerous. That bloke's going to move. But if he doesn't have to move from where he is to score, you've got to mark him. He did the same with the Skamaka goal. Just let him walk off to the back post. Thought, I'm just watching the ball. I'm marking this lovely space. The player scored. Fuck, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah,
the gap between him and Chalobah on crosses is too big.
Yeah, fair point.
It's my biggest concern is that there's a team or a player out there, that someone with a decent right winger or a left winger even, who's gonna just exploit that. Just move the ball quickly from left to right, and they'll just have a tap in. They'll have 3 tap ins. They'll score a hat trick.
My final loser was Noni Madueke, my man. Watching that game back, I felt that this is going to wind Chris up. The difference between him and Pedro Neto on that right side was quite clear. Neto beats his man. He gets into dangerous balls into that box. When it was Madueke, I felt like it was always greed. I felt that he'd take shots when the pass was on. Or he'd more likely fumble it, let's be honest. Neto is a massive upgrade in that position. And I think we should be grateful that we have that upgrade because it could have been worse. And I think it shows we made the right decision in letting Madueke go.
What do you think, Chris? Should we be grateful for having Pedro Neto in the side?
In context, please. With Madueke.
Is he a massive upgrade on Madueke?
No, he's not.
I think they're very similar, to be honest.
Okay.
I think both of them. I think Madueke used to beat his man. I think Neto's a better crosser of the ball. I think that's undisputed. I don't remember Madueke ever putting in that many crosses, to be honest.
But to be fair, when Neto does it, he's the best player in the world, Chris. Remember?
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, just for doing it what a winger should do.
Yes. Who's your final loser, Chris?
I've got Enzo Maresca.
Okay.
And I had him on here mainly for the comments after the game.
Oh, okay.
Because of the timing of it, I just think it took a shine off a win that we desperately needed, and it took all the attention away from actually winning a game.
I have a question for you. Can I challenge you on that?
Go on.
If he does it after a loss, does it look like more of an excuse?
Yeah, probably. But I think he could have done it. You can do it after a win, but not your first win in 3 games.
Yeah, that's fair.
Why not wait to beat Cardiff and then do it?
Because it would be considered you beat Cardiff. It's not really impressive, is it?
And then by the time Newcastle roll around, if you beat them, it's ancient history in the football world.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no one knew it was going on. So he could have done it whenever he wanted to. It wasn't a time-sensitive thing.
True.
No one knew there was an issue until he brought it up.
True.
Also, though, I think now this is just personal preference. So this is nothing that Maresca's done that I think he should change. This is just my personal preference because I finally figured it out as to why I haven't talked to him. The age-old question as to why some people haven't talked to him. His philosophy of football is completely different to mine, and I think that's why I haven't talked to him.
So explain what you mean by that. So what's your philosophy of football and what do you see as his?
So I had this little epiphany. I stood on the sideline on Sunday. So in our game on Sunday, the team we was playing was absolutely battering us for the first 20 minutes of the game. We didn't even get out of the half. We was penned in. We couldn't get out. And my assistant turned around to me and said, I know you want your right winger to stay higher up the pitch, but I think we might have to drop her back to double up with the right back to stop their left winger playing. Now, that makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Let's be honest. That's a perfectly logical thing to say. However, the only time we looked like ever getting out, if we could have put the right winger in and we kept getting the pass wrong, we'd have been in to score a goal. So I thought I would rather take the risk of us conceding a goal and leave her higher up the pitch for if we do create that one opportunity or that player when we win it back in midfield, if we get that pass right once, we'll be in to score. So I took the risk of leaving her high up the pitch and leaving our fullback 1v1, who was struggling against a good player, to have that option of going to score a goal. It turned out, and it could have gone the other way, 100%, because they hit the crossbar in this time. Between this conversation and then us taking the lead, they hit the crossbar, so it could have been completely different. But then we took the lead, threw a ball down to the right winger, who squared it across the striker to tap it in. So, for me, my philosophy on football is I would rather take risks and try and hurt the opposition than play safe, just trying to negate what they're trying to do. And I think Maresca is the opposite. I think Maresca tries to nullify the opposition first and then worry what we're going to do later. And I think that's why, personally, I don't think I'll ever take to him because I wouldn't play that way.
I can see where you're coming from. I think that's very accurate. Yeah.
To be fair, that's very reasonable. It's
Yeah,
just a
it
difference in
is.
philosophy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emojis. I went with the toffee because we came, we chewed, we conquered.
We
Don't know.
what?
I don't know.
That's a t-shirt waiting to happen.
Well, we
Oh,
can't
get that one on the soundboard, Mikey. Flip it.
So, what did you go with?
Ice
I'm
Cube.
going with the thumbs up.
Nice.
3
Ice
points
Cube for
now.
me.
Let's see if we can follow it up.
Yeah. Cole Palmer back in the goals. Ice Cube.
Yeah,
Easy.
love it. I
Fair
like
play.
that, Ollie.
Fair play. Right, we're going to look at our good old Lion of the Week predictions. I'm hoping I did better than the other week. Who did we get with? Oh, fucking hell. I went with Aliana Garnacho.
Get out.
Oh, Chris went Chalobah. Ollie.
That's my new favourite sound drop, by the way.
Oh, yeah, well. Ollie's won. He picked Palmer. The wheel went James. Ollie, I'll give it Palmer. I think it.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
changed the game, didn't he?
We'll
with
give
his
it to
goal?
Well,
Ollie.
Gusto is the real Lion. However,
Yeah, Gusto
Palmer's
is
the
real
win out of that. Oh, I should have picked him. I'm really annoyed by that. Oh, well. Right, so. We are having a quiet one. Oh, match preview. Chelsea take on Cardiff in the League Cup. So the scoop is they are top of League One. 13 wins, 2 draws, 4 defeats. How do they get to the League Cup quarterfinals, you ask? They beat Swindon, Cheltenham, Burnley and Wrexham. Recent form,
Wow.
don't worry. We're not going to be giving away a Charity FC. 5 wins out of 5. Woo! I was getting a bit nervous. They might have been in a bad run of form. So, who is the player spotlight? You could say it's Yusuf Salik. He's their top scorer. I'm not going to go there. I'm going to go Callum Robinson. We remember him.
Oh no, not
Oh
him.
yes, we remember him from the West Brom days. We yeah. So the last time Cardiff beat Chelsea was in the 3rd round of the League Cup, actually on the 28th of October, 1986, and it wouldn't be a
Fucking
preview.
hell.
But I know it's quite a long time ago.
1986?
What was the UK number one? It was Every Loser Wins by Nick Berry. So I don't know what that means for Chelsea.
Every loser wins. God, that would destroy this podcast, wouldn't it?
Right. Lions, what are we going for? Remember, Palmer will not play. He has been confirmed. He's been ruled out for this one.
Do we know for sure if Kellyman gets to play yet?
Well, we can't pick him because he's going to play for
No,
them.
I know we can't pick him, but I'm just wondering in general.
I think we said no.
I
think
thought
we
Ollie was
said
going to
no.
pick him as his lion.
I think we
Don't
said
like
no.
where that's
but
going.
I think we said no, but I don't think we actually have any authority on the decision in the League Cup.
I believe that is correct. I'm just waffling. So I
face
actually
it.
don't know.
Let's face it. Who cares?
Yeah, correct. Oh,
Good
you
point.
know.
I'm going to go with Esteval.
To be fair, I don't care.
Go on.
I'm going to go with
Esteval.
Esteval. Yeah.
That is
Well,
a
he's probably going
lovely-
to play, isn't he? You know, he didn't
Yeah.
really
Well,
play
he
much
should-
against Everton.
He should do, although his form's got to pick back up again.
No, he'll score. Honestly, if he plays against Cardiff, he'll score at least a brace.
I'm gonna go Mark you.
I was going to pick him, but I will go João Pedro.
Do you think
I'll
he'll
go Jesse.
play? I reckon.
No
Does he
idea.
start?
I think
Well-
Tyreek George will end up playing.
Mate,
Oh,
it was
fuck
either
off.
him. It was him or just forgot his name, Gittins, and I don't have any faith in picking Gittins.
Honestly, if Tyreek George starts up front instead of you, I'm going to be wrong. He's going on my losers list straight away.
Running down the wing. Yeah, they're Chelsea.
Oh,
We are going to Rocklaw.
that's a bit reactionary. The wheel's gone Malo Gusto. Come on, really?
Yeah,
I know
no,
why.
but-
No, I don't think he will, but that's not really the problem. So we've got
Chalobah will be right back, mate.
correct. Right, match preview always ends with Blue versus Who. I got a nice set of questions. The last time Chelsea played Cardiff was the 31st of March 2019. We won 2-1. Can you name which Spaniard and which Englishman scored for us in that game, though? 2019. March.
2019. Alvaro Morata.
No. He'd long left.
Azpilicueta.
Azpilicueta was the Spaniard.
Oh,
Wasn't
love
that a
that.
really good goal? Wasn't it that volley?
I can't
Am I
remember.
thinking of a
I didn't
different-
do the research.
I think it was wasn't it a late winner that should have been offside?
That sounds so Chelsea. Yeah,
You
probably.
know what? That does ring a bell. Englishman, 2019.
Englishman.
No longer with us. I mean, he's not at the club. He's not.
Yeah,
He's
he
not
made
the
it sound
club.
like he'd
He's not the
passed
club. I want to make. So that's
He's
what
no
happens when
longer
you.
with us. It's terribly sad.
but still playing.
Yeah, he's still playing. When you leave, you're dead to us, essentially.
2019.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of Englishmen we had in 2019. Mount?
No, we like this guy.
20.
Gutted-
So this is
gut-
2018-19, isn't it, Caesar?
Yes, gutted.
Oh,
What
okay.
happened? Yeah, injury robbed him of a. But he's doing right
Loftus Cheek.
now. Loftus Cheek. Yes.
Oh.
Second, which two-time Copa America winner played for Cardiff for just the one season in 2013-14? Two-time Copa America winner.
Chris, I'm going to need you here, mate.
I
Any-
ain't got a clue. I don't pay that much attention to Cardiff squad, to be honest.
I will give you his national. He's a Chilean.
That doesn't help.
Arturo Vidal.
Well, that would have been amazing. But
Imagine
no.
if Arturo Vidal played for Cardiff.
Cardiff City.
Hey, it's one of them weird things, like when Cambiasso went to Leicester. You just
Yeah,
never know these days.
I went to Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Inter Milan, Cardiff. Funnily enough,
Yeah,
this
well.
player played for Cardiff and Inter Milan.
See? So it could have been.
It was Gary Medel.
Oh, Gary Medal, yeah.
Yes. And finally, put these former Blues in order of when they first joined Cardiff. There's only 4. So, yes, yeah, we've got Amari Kellerman. Well, that's job done. You know where he is. Jimmy
Yeah,
Floyd
4th.
Hasselbank. Yep. Danny Drinkwater and Ross Turnbull. And I'll be fair to you here. 2 of these players joined in the same summer. However, one was July and one was August. So you're going to ask us a tight one.
Fuck's sake.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, Hasselbank's got to be first, hasn't
Surely.
He is second.
You are kidding me.
he? Oh,
Yeah.
are we talking about youth teams again?
Are we talking
No.
about this is like when
No.
Ross Turnbull was 18 years old, like 200
No.
years ago?
Ross Turnbull joined on the 28th of July 2007 and Hasselbank joined in August of the same year.
Hang
So,
on, Drinkwater was the first.
Yep, 2010.
How
Wow.
old was he?
I don't know.
No, Mike, just
7.
tell me. Look it up. I
7.
want to know.
Okay,
Must have been a literal child.
Danny Drinkwater was 20. When he
Yeah,
joined
see?
Cardiff.
Child.
Okay.
Well, to be fair, I don't think I ever would have got that.
No,
I never
me
would have
neither.
put Drinkwater first.
Well, Drinkwater, he goes down. He scored a good goal for us. That's about all we remember, really.
Do you know what, though? The good thing about Drinkwater is he's the only footballer whose name also covers as advice.
Yeah, that's true.
True. Right, just one question this week. Vic Ferreira has gone, hot take. Neto and Gu should always start over João Pedro as our striker. Do you agree?
Always, no. Sometimes, probably.
Always is a bit harsh. I don't know. Neto is only good up front if a team's going to come and be Spurs and play a ridiculously high line. Otherwise, useless. And then I think Gu and João Pedro are much a muchness, but João Pedro's more experienced is probably what's on his side in terms of Premier League football, especially.
I'd prefer Tyreek George up front, to be honest with you.
Don't be stupid, Ollie.
Right. Fucking hell. Right, we get to actually round off today's show.
I eat arse.
With the game.
You a fan? Oh, I'm partial, Joe.
For God's
I
sake.
just admitted you're a fan of the flag. Oh, sorry.
Steve Sidwell stamp collection. The name of a player.
forgot.
Today's theme is iconic FIFA cards. So every player today
Ooh.
had what many FIFA players consider an iconic, nostalgic, and perhaps a little bit sweaty FIFA Ultimate Team card. Which I must say, this season I am playing it, and I am bloody loving the. Is it Thunderstruck?
I'll be honest, I don't know anything about FIFA since about like 2017 because that's when it got shit.
Thunderstruck cards. FC.
I don't know.
Thunderstruck.
I don't play Ultimate Team.
Oh,
'Cause of
Athena for
shit.
Real Madrid is amazing. Oh my word, what a card. What a card. Anyway, to this point, I've got Jack Butland, known for his goated FIFA 17 card. 9 clubs. I'm gonna go to Ollie. How many of those 9 clubs can you name?
Ooh. I'll go with 5.
5. Can you beat 5?
Wow,
Chris?
that's quite a lot.
It is actually.
I'm a bit scared of doing it, but I'll try.
No, I don't think I can do more than
Ollie,
5.
Ollie, name those 5 clubs, please.
Brilliant. Stoke,
Correct.
for sure.
1 club.
He's at Rangers now.
2.
Palace signed him for a few years, but
3.
he barely played.
They did, yeah.
3
Jack
clubs. Just pulling names out of his arse now.
Yeah, I am now.
I know 2 more.
Do you know what? That's giving me a hint. Blues.
Birmingham City. That's number 4.
Thank you for Chris.
It's all right, mate.
I
I don't like to see people struggle. Big club. Big club.
Leeds.
Leeds
That's
United.
not who I was
number
talking
5.
about.
Who was the other club?
Man United.
Yeah, on loan.
Who's at Man United?
He was on loan there.
Went on loan there.
Did he
I don't think
play?
he played. I
No.
don't think so.
You could have had Derby County on loan, Barnsley on loan, and Cheltenham Town on loan.
Brilliant. Yeah,
Yeah.
those behemoths.
Yeah. Chris takes the point there. So you now got Jovino from FIFA 15. 9 clubs. 9 clubs for the man.
God.
For Jovino.
Go to Chris first. How many do you think you've got? 9 clubs.
Right, I'm having a lot of thinking time here, so I'm going to say 3.
That I think is very respectable. What about you, Ollie? Can you beat 3?
No.
I will not pretend. I when I was doing this myself, I had 3. I could not name you the others.
I don't think I could do more than 2 for Jovino.
Wow. Okay. Right, Chris, name me 3 clubs, please.
Lille,
Yes.
Roma.
Correct.
He was actually good at Roma. Arsenal.
Yes, there's the 3.
He was shit
Fair
there.
enough.
Yeah.
Wasn't he at Parma as well?
He was indeed. That was the other one I could name. He started his career at Bavarian, then Le Mans, before going to Lille, Arsenal, Roma, Hebei for China Fortune, Parma, Trabzonspor, and
I forgot he
finishing
went to China.
at Aris. Chris has took it 2-0, but Ollie, can you get some points?
No,
You've got...
Ollie won the first one, didn't he?
No, 'cause
With
Ollie won
your
ju-
help.
oh yeah, he did. 1-1. 1-1.
With
Sorry.
Chris's help.
Yannick
Yeah, but
Balassi, FIFA 16, the 5-star
Fucking
skiller
hell.
with the
What a player.
Balassi flick. Still playing to this
What a-
day.
no way.
Best
Yeah.
Congolese player of all time.
16 clubs. 16
off.
clubs.
16.
He has played
here,
for
mate.
16 football clubs. What a journeyman. Wow. Ollie, how many of those 16 clubs? The strike rate here. Oh,
I'm going to go with 4.
4 clubs. How 4 when you're 1-on-1 with 16 clubs?
Yes.
How can you get only 4? Chris, you can do all 16, can't you?
No, definitely not.
Could you do more than 4?
Oh. It is
5.
5. Ollie, can you beat 5?
Could I beat 5? No, I don't think I
it-
could. I don't
it's-
think I could do 6 clubs. I'm sorry.
Dude, it's his early clubs that blow my mind because they're just like, what? Really? What? Really? Chris, name me
Go
those,
on, mate.
whatever you said. I forgot the number.
5.
5. Go on.
Villa,
Yes. Loan.
Everton,
Yeah.
Yep. That's 2.
Crystal Palace,
3.
Arguably his most famous club.
Middlesbrough,
That's 4.
All right. I didn't even know he was there.
Swansea.
That's 5. Well done, Chris.
Fair
You
enough,
could have.
mate.
He started his career at Hillingdon Borough. He
Oh,
I
moved-
should have got that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the absolute giants.
Gets better. He goes to Floriana, then goes to
Oh.
Plymouth, Rushden and Diamonds, Barnet, Bristol City, Palace, Everton, Villa, Anderlecht, Sporting Lisbon, or Club de Portugal, Middlesbrough, Caker Riserspor, Swansea, Cricuma, and Cruzeiro. Oh, no, Cressuma, and currently at Cruzeiro. That starting of that career, Rushden and Diamonds. Don't hear that
I don't
often.
actually even know half the words you just said.
No,
I just can't believe he's on 16 clubs.
Some of them clubs, fucking hell. I've never heard of some of them.
They are all real clubs. I promise you. They really are. Right, listeners, we're at the end of an episode. Thank you for tuning in. Before we go, don't forget, proudly partner of Head in the Game, mental health charity using football, support wellbeing community. Find out more at headinthegame.co.uk. So treat yourself well. We'll be back on Thursday, Chelsea and Cardiff. So that's a big game tomorrow night. So until
I'm
then,
going to be there.
Oh, sweet. I like that we're keeping the theme. I saw Wolves
Proper
away.
insight.
You're going Cardiff away. Chris is going to go to the semi-finals. Let's get egotistical here and say that we're gonna win tomorrow night. Let's be confident. We should.
Mate, to be fair, if we don't win tomorrow night, he will get sacked.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to be honest, it will be deserved as well.
That's an exclusive. Right. Till then, that'll be us signing off.
You've been listening to At The Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram by searching for At The Bridge Pod. And if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, leaving us a review is always appreciated.